Hmm. Any topic anybody wants to discuss? Spiritual topic related to these verses or not these verses? Anil ji.
I was reading somewhere that a guru will not teach you Brahm Vidya unless you are fit to receive it.
True.
But here it is saying it is open to everybody.
So, uh, very interesting what you said. See, everybody comes with a slightly different approach. And जैसे भगवत गीता में ना एंड में लास्ट चैप्टर में 18 चैप्टर में दिया गया है सर्टन क्वालिफिकेशंस बिफोर this knowledge should be given to somebody, कि that person is doing seva and तीन चार चीजें दी हुई है उसमें. I'm sure Gita ji knows what that was. So since, but somebody said कि अच्छा कृष्ण भगवान is saying कि अगर मैं ऐसा नहीं करूंगा तो पाप लगेगा मुझे, तो लगने दो, but I want to give it to everybody. बिकॉज उन्होंने दूसरे वर्ष में ये भी बोला है कि जो ये विद्या सिखाता है सबको मुझे बहुत प्रिय है वो. सो इट्स यू कैन टेक इट ईदर वे. एंड द रीजन मे बी द गुरु इज लिटिल बिट काइंड. He doesn't want you to go through too much trouble. That's why he's saying purify. It'll be easier for you because जो अगर purify नहीं होएगा तो वो गलत वाला देखे उसी को नुकसान हो जाएगा. That's the danger is there. And that's why I'm telling you that, I'm not trying to praise Chinmaya Mission because I go there, but I see the value over there. That's why what they do is they give you in doses. So when you are little, teach them certain things, and then and I have seen them, that how they blossom, as they go up, and then they are ready to थोड़ा और परिपक्व हो जाएंगे, then you discuss a little more stuff, throw in some more ideas, it flowers more. अगर किसी ने, आप यही सोचो कि किसी ने कभी नहीं सुना हो and you say you are not the body, that person will say, are you nuts? I am the body. How can you say that? Because this happened. When we joined the study group, my friend Madhu, she said when she first time she heard it, she was like, she couldn't believe it. Why is she saying that? And then she became, learn. And after 5-10 years, she said, wow, I remember myself when I was totally freaked out when I heard that. So one of the analogies I can give, Anilji, is when you go to a doctor, he does not give the same medicine to everybody. First, he diagnoses. इसमें क्या problem है? So Guru is supposed to be like that. That he's going to diagnose.
Basically, the Guru will give you whatever he thinks.
At your level.
Yes. And I'll give you a drishtanta that will make it very clear. So एक चेला एक गुरु के पास बैठा था. तो फिर एक दूसरा चेला आया और बोला, गुरुजी मेरे को ना सन्यासी बनना है. तो इसे नहीं तेरे, दिस इज नॉट गुड, गो गेट मैरिड फर्स्ट, गो डू द गृहस्थ आश्रम, फिर सन्यासी के बारे में सोचना. तो उसको भगा दिया ऐसे करके. फिर दूसरा आया, बोला स्वामी जी मैं शादी करने जा रहा हूँ. तो बोला बेवकूफ़ है क्या, शादी करने जा रहा है, और कुछ काम धाम नहीं है, स्टडी दिस थिंग. तो दोनों को एकदम उल्टा उसने बोला, राइट. एंड चेला जो बगल में पड़ा, तो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग स्वामी जी, एक को तो बोल रहे शादी करो, दूसरा करना चाह रहा है उसको मत करो. तो बोला कि बिकॉज पहले वाले में वो इतना वासना भरी हुई है कि आई हैव टू टेल हिम बिकॉज ही इज नॉट रेडी टू कम टू माई आश्रम. और वो दूसरा वाला जो है ना, ही इज वेरी प्योर, उसमें थोड़ी सी रह गई है और अब वो स्वे हो रहा है उधर जाने के लिए. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव टू पुल हिम बैक. सो दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. So a true guru will actually, the reason, अब हमारे स्वामी जी उन्होंने ऐसा बाल विहार वगैरह शुरू किया बिकॉज वो उनका हॉलमार्क था. ही सेड कि ये विद्या ऐसी है कि उसको हर एक उसका फायदा उठाना चाहिए इसको, so his philosophy was like that. But if you go to some guru in the Himalayas and all that, वो ऐसे ही नहीं दे देंगे तुमको. उनके खुद के गुरु ने उनकी बहुत परीक्षा ली थी before he started, to make sure.
I have my own example. When I started I believe in Arya Samaj, right? So when my family came into SRF, I was struggling that, you know, I considered Swami Dayanand Saraswati as my guru. Now I'll be betraying him by following SRF. But I like the teachings because the teachings are like, to my level. I loved it. So then I said, okay, that's okay. I'll still take, I still want to take Kriya Yoga. And they approved me and I got Kriya Yoga in 2007. But because I'm still inside me, I'm still struggling with those thoughts, I could never take advantage of it. For 10 years, I go to SRF every day, like every week. I follow the teachings, but I could not practice Kriya Yoga. Because Guru gave me that what you want, I'll give it to you, but it's up to you how much you take it. So I could not understand what is Kriya Yoga. And then in 2017, I decided that whatever it is, I'm not regular in my meditations, and they say you need to be regular, but I need to learn Kriya Yoga. Maybe I'll be regular with that. So in 2017, I forcefully took Kriya Yoga. I had the Kriya Yoga for 4 years, 3 years. I could not understand it. I thought, oh my gosh, this was Kriya Yoga? This is just one of the breathing technique I know from long time. So why they make a big issue out of it? But I could understand Kriya Yoga when I started teaching yoga and going deep into yoga. Then I could understand that what that simple breathing technique, why this is so powerful. So this is what actually it. Guru can give you, but if you are not ready to receive it, you would not receive it. It may take you several incarnations to understand, to come to that level where you will be able to understand it.
There is
Make sense?
yeah, it makes sense. There is a very great drishtant, and everybody knows about that story. It's about Valmiki. Everybody knows that he was like a, क्या बोलते हैं, डाकू थे ना वो. He is literally killed for, and then so, but नारद जी आए तो उन्होंने उनको एक प्रश्न पूछा. ये बोला, नारद जी के पीछे पड़ गए थे वो उनको लूटने के लिए. तो ही सेड कि व्हाई डोंट यू गो, आई स्टैंड ओवर हियर, जस्ट गो एंड आस्क योर वाइफ कि जो आप जो गलत काम करते हो उसमें वो तुम्हारा साथ, शी टेक द पाप ऑफ योर्स, एंड ही सेड ऑफ कोर्स शी विल टेक. नो यू गो एंड आस्क हर फर्स्ट. फिर वो गए घर और फिर उन्होंने पूछा बीवी को. तो बीवी ने बोला कि वाई शुड आई टेक तुम्हारे पाप में, तुम्हारा काम है हम लोग को घर में खाना वाना देना और पैसे लाना, and but how you do it, if you're doing a wrong stuff, I'm not part of that. फिर उनकी आंखें खुली, फिर वो वापस आए. तब बेसिकली नारद जी को पता था कि अभी उनके मन में तमस वगैरह भरा हुआ है, राइट. He cannot do any other sadhana. He cannot sit and breathe like Kamla ji does and all that. So he said, okay, you say just राम राम बोलो जाके. उसको क्या युक्ति दी देखो. बिकॉज, और राम राम ही बोला, छोड़ राम राम भी तेरे को नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज यू डोंट नो, तू तो सबको मारता रहता है, मरा मरा चालू कर दे. मतलब उसको इतने लोअर लेवल पे ले जाके उसको दे दिया, बट उन्होंने पकड़ लिया उसको, तो वो मरा से फिर राम हो गया. दैट्स व्हाट द होल स्टोरी इज अबाउट. दिस इज दैट दृष्टांत, दैट व्हाट द गुरु कैन डू फॉर यू. एंड देयर इज अनदर अमेजिंग दृष्टांत, एंड इट इज द स्टोरीज इन भागवतम. देयर वाज दिस फेलो, अजामिल की स्टोरी करके है. आई डोंट नो इफ एनी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी. ही बिकेम लाइक अ वेरी बैड गाय. उसने एक वैश्या से शादी कर ली, अपनी बीवी को छोड़ दिया और सब कुछ ऐसा ऐसा कर लिया, राइट. एंड देन ही इज लाइक, one day, some sadhus came near his house, it seems. This is the story. This is दृष्टांत, okay? So he, उसके मन में ना पुराने संस्कार थोड़े जाग गए. क्योंकि उसके माता पिता ने दिए थे कि कोई साधु वाधु आए तो उसको अच्छे से खिला विला देना चाहिए. Had turned such a bad guy who left his wife, married a Vaishya and all that. Then उनको खाना खिलाता है वो, या जामिल, right? So now अभी साधु बोलते हैं, साधु के लिए उनकी सेवा कर दी साधु की, तो साधु has to give something to him, right? In return, some kind of प्रसाद. So the साधु ने सोचा कि ये तो बड़ा दुष्ट आदमी है, right? अगर इसको कुछ कोई भी साधना दूंगा ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं करेगा, you know? So इसको क्या दूं तो ये तर जाए, right? तो कहता है कि तेरा भी, your wife is pregnant, जो करंट वाइफ थी उसकी, she's going to have a baby, तू उसका नाम नारायण रख दे. तो उसने उसका नाम नारायण रख दिया. And the way the story goes, he was very attached to his son, Narayan. And then while dying, he started saying Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And then I think that Neeluji has heard this story. And then it seems that the Yamraj के जो बंदे थे उसको ले जा नहीं पाए because he was talking about Narayan. उसको ले गए नारायण के लोक में ले गए. दृष्टांत ये है, the teacher knew what to give this fellow.
Yeah.
He gave him without even him knowing. उसको ना बीज डाल दिया उसके उसमें. So both these stories are the one that Guru ki mahima. And Guru knows which dawai to give to whom. He's not going to give the same thing to everybody. So I don't know. Anilji, did that clarify things?
Yes, thank you.
But it also proves that as another example of showing that at the time of death, we will be attached to what we have been attached our whole lives.
Yes.
That's why what Kamala was saying, that if we don't practice non-attachment during our life, we will not be non-attached at the time of death. We'll still be thinking about our son and what is going to happen and blah, 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 you know?
Yeah. So these drishtant, these are just to say a point so that you're right. So in the bigger picture, somebody can say, oh, I can be like a Jamil my whole life. And then suddenly so that's not going to happen either. True. Because chapter 8 made is very, very clear. When we do the chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, is going to tell you that whatever you have practiced your whole life, like what Swamiji used to say, when the chips are down, and when you're dying, all other masks go off. You cannot pretend to be anything. You will be, तुम्हारा जो core है ना वो आ जाएगा एकदम. It's like वो टाइम पे कोई pretend नहीं कर. जैसे हम जो बीमार भी हो जाते हैं, we don't care about how we look, what is our makeup and all. जो मर रहा होता है उसके लिए he's not going to care about anything. So उसका जो core स्वभाव है वो निकल के आ जाएगा बाहर. So अगर तुम्हारा स्वभाव है जिसमें तुम भगवान को याद करते हो तो वही आएगा फिर. So this Ajamil story, you cannot take it to that extent, but it is giving a point about the Guru. That's why I told this story. That how the Guru knows the remedy, how to take you higher. And from the worldly perspective, it might look totally outlandish. Usko mara bolne ke liye bol diya. But it turned into Ram for him,
But in olden days, I think it was true that the disciple went and lived with the Guru. So the Guru could understand, his level. So he can start him off from that point. And then he sees how Guru is doing, what he's doing. So he gets the concept clear in his mind, to the extent. And that's when you start. That's when he's ready. And that's when the teaching starts.
If somebody can do that you can पूरा गुरु के साथ जाके रहो तो तुम्हारा obviously that is the best, but in today's modern world it's not like that. But जो पुराने जमाने में तो वही होता था, गुरुकुल ही होता था ना. So the guru became your father, mother, teacher, everything.
Yes. Yes.
And then you are right. If you have spent more time with them, you know their personality.
And he knows you.
He knows
so
you.
There is the two together. They can work together.
I mean, I see in my own Chinmaya Mission class, there are 15 students. And in the beginning, I don't know. But by the end of the year, I know them very well. Their personality, what are their weaknesses, strength, everything. And it's so much fun as we go progress, So we know. So what you said is so
you
true.
can tell and you can teach that way. So each one understands it.
Each one understands it differently. True.
Right. Yes.
बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में कहावत है कि सबको एक लकड़ी से नहीं हाँका जा सकता.
The point to take home is whether we get Guru or not, Japa is the best thing to do. Japa, when we do japa continuously, we are strengthening our inner magnet, will attract the Guru also in our life. And in case we can't get the Guru, then at least we'll remember the God at the time of death. And we can get salvation.
See, all these different things, you should take it like as a whole thing. So we cannot be just, okay, now the japa sun liya, so we are not going to do anything else. ऐसा भी नहीं करना चाहिए, because that's why Bhagavad Gita, I always say that whenever we are studying Bhagavad Gita, we got to go back and review whatever we have studied, because we have to carry all that with us. So Guru का भी बहुत महत्व है. Yeah.
It is very confusing to me now with all the things we talked about now. Number one, this I was writing in my book. Krishna Bhagwan says, we die every second. So to say that, oh, we die only once is kind of fake, because we are changing our body. So every second we are dying. So that's one point.
Where does he say that? Where does Bhagwan say that we are dying every second?
I have the whole shlok here when he talks about
Which slok?
मृत्यु के दो दरवाजे हैं. So once you die, you go into another one, another body. But he says, but in a way, you die every second, because when you were you were little Arjun. Now you are bigger Arjun.
Oh, you're talking about like, okay, I think that there is a little confusion. I know, because the Gita ji and what the shlok you're talking about it, he was trying to teach Arjun that there is something eternal within us. It stays always. So he said that तुम in a बाल्य अवस्था से किशोर अवस्था में प्रवेश करते हो, वहाँ से फिर you get older and then you become वृद्ध, but there is something that doesn't change in you. That's why you remember your childhood, your young age and all. That was the point. And what Joe is trying to say, the way Swamiji explains this, he calls change the death. That's all it is. That this is an ephemeral world. It is constantly changing. That's why it is called death. Because एक चीज जब खत्म होती है तो दूसरी शुरू होती है ना यहाँ पे. The cloud dies to give water, or the flower dies to give fruit. The fruit dies to give seed. The seed dies to give the tree. That context he's talking about.
Anyway, that's so to say that only at that time you have to do something is different than saying that you're changing every second. Secondly, you receive, when your time comes, that knowledge. Thirdly, the Guru, the real Guru, can see your body. I mean, he can see your aura. They can see your stuff, that what is the thing lacking in you. So that's the difference between a Guru and a teacher. A teacher will give general sermon, and some may come to you or some may not come to you, and it may come to you when your time comes. But the idea is there's a difference between teacher and a Guru.
But what are you confused about? You said something confused you, because that's what we...
We're talking very general terms about Guru, and also general terms about when you absorb something, or is a definite way, because everybody is different.
See, those things are given everybody. But what you said is, I like that point, that the teachers are many, but just Guru की जो हम बात कर रहे हैं ना, वो तो जब हम लोग ready होते हैं तभी आता है.
तभी आएगा.
Yeah.
और वही
So you cannot go Guru seeking. No. He'll come to you when you're ready.
Same way as Kamala ji was saying, I experienced the same thing. In 96, I started experiencing different gods. So I went to Buddha. Now I went to Bodh Gaya, I went to all these places, and I experienced vibrations, So I was looking for Buddha everywhere till I saw that serial, that is the one.
Yeah, the
it
one I
said,
recommended.
after listening to all of that serial, it said, Buddha is not outside.
True.
It is within you. And by doing certain things, you experience Buddha. So the idea is, we were learning, experiencing all that, but the real essence was triggered by a moment.
Yeah. And there should be no confusion about, hey, I have, like, आप जो बोल रहे हैं ना कमला जी की, मैंने Dayanand Saraswati was my guru, and then in a sense that you connected to his teaching, then you connected to, but उन दोनों में कोई विरोध नहीं होएगा. It's not like you are betraying anybody, never like that. Yes, जो एक फाइनल गुरु आता है ना, वो टाइम पे बोलते हैं कि जो कनेक्शन हो जाता है ना शिष्य और गुरु का, तो उसमें बिट्रेयल का सवाल ही नहीं होता है. Because that relationship becomes so strong. It is the strongest relationship beyond your, क्या बोलते हैं, family, parents, children, उन सबसे अबाव है वो relationship. इतनी strong होती है. तो जब वैसा strong होगा तो वहाँ पर तो कोई सवाल ही नहीं है कि you will be, betrayed. But otherwise, at that stage you're talking about, there is no betrayal. If you like this and you like this, like they're saying, you can pick the flowers from everybody's garden and make a beautiful bouquet. There is absolutely no controversy between them. If you are seeing controversy, that is our problem, because हम लोग को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. बाकी जो योगानंदा बोलेंगे वही एसेंस दयानंद सरस्वती भी बोलेंगे, वही बुद्धा भी बोलेगा, वही कृष्णा भी बोलेंगे. So, and there is it's a beautiful drishtant that I like, is that this fellow, a Buddhist monk happens to sit in a church, and then he started crying when he heard the sermon, and the guy next to him, he said, why are you crying? He's saying, my Buddha is talking. He was listening to the Christian guy. My Buddha is talking. Because he remembered all the things that Buddha was saying. This guy was saying the same thing in a different language. So I don't think that there is any conflict between anyone. But when the real, that kind of guru that Joe is talking about, when he comes, instantly you know it. That if you read the biography of people, Yogananda ji was looking for his guru everywhere, and the day he came, he stood in front of him, and he knew it.
But many times you don't know for many years.
Well, sometimes the guru knows, but the chela doesn't, like Vivekananda it happened.
Like Arjun didn't know Krishna was God.
One of the talks that you sent me, it was such a beautiful talk by this Swamini from your Ramakrishna Paramhans ke group mein se. And she talked about, I didn't know the detail of the story, but she narrated it so beautifully. She said that, see, Vivekanand ke guru ko malum tha कि he is the right patra, right? Vivekanand ji didn't know at that when he was Narendra. So it seems that, but the Vivekanand ji did ask him a question. आपने भगवान को देखा है? And उन्होंने बोला हाँ. आप मुझे दिखा सकते हो? हाँ. तो फिर उन्होंने पूछा होगा कि क्या है? तो उन्होंने बोला भगवान तू है, भगवान मैं हूँ, ऐसे करके कुछ बोला उसको. तो उसको विवेकानंद जी को समझ में नहीं आया. So he said कि, because he was like, convent educated, this fellow, arrogant young fellow, and he and his friend, it seems they went outside of the unke hall mein se, and they both started telling each other, ha ha ha, you are God, ha ha ha, I am God, how ridiculous. They literally made fun of it. But Ramakrishna ji knew that he has the seed, he has the potential, so he came out, it seems, and he touched Vivekanand ji, in his heart center or something. All of a sudden, Vivekanand ji started feeling oneness. And that feeling lasted, it seems, for days. That he thought, oh yes, he's the same as me. This table is same as me. And he became in some kind of trance. And he was like, what have you done to me? Like he was so shocked. And this thing, unko experience de diya wo, oneness ka. Because he wanted to jagao that, he wanted to wake this up in him, because he's like, it was in a seed form, So that is sometimes the guru might know that the chela is there. Chela may not know, but eventually he knows. There are all different kinds of scenarios are there.
So even Ramakrishna had, Totapuri came, he was a yoga expert, and every time you tell him that you do this, he could do everything. But then he keep moving back to Kali, because he used to see Kali all the time. So he said, Totapuri said, you take the sword of Kali and just murder her. So he took this glass piece and he cut his forehead. And that was the only instant he could get rid of Kali.
I think that instead of saying basically what he was trying to teach him is that Brahman is this all pervading thing. It's not just in Kali, but what the hallmark of Ramakrishna ji is, he integrated everything. Saguna Brahma and other Brahma, everything has a value, he said. And you can approach God from anywhere, or Christian or Muslim, or to him it doesn't matter, he said. Approach can be different. So we have to take that story in the right context. क्योंकि बाद में भी उन्होंने काली की उपासना की.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so even after knowing that, because it's like what... Yeah, so then we have to be careful when we narrate this story, because some people might take it wrong, but basically he was trying to give him the experience of that substratum that we call Bhagwan or Brahman or, God, whatever you want to call it, Satchitanand. So these...
I have a question. What they say, when you have a guru, he guides you to your inner self. Okay? So, why search for guru everywhere when you know your real guru is inside you? At the same time, it's just a knowledge at that time. And perhaps we need a guru outside to make that a Gyan to Vigyan. That means to have that experience. Is that true? Because reading all that, we understand. The guru, the real guru is within us.
But he's introducing you to it, Meera. On our own, we cannot get in touch with that guru. That's the problem, because our layers are so thick. Somebody got to guide us.
No, this is a higher stage what you are talking about. Even higher stage than finding the guru. Because guru will come first, and then you will go to the stage that you find your own guru within yourself.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Yeah. Your guru is within you. So I am thinking, okay, I have that. I don't know yet. I'm not experienced. Maybe believing in that, someday I will find that guru will come, that it will be a connection then. But at the same time, I'm not going to search for it, because I already have that. Just reading or whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm attending, is told me that it's within me. And though I trust that within me, at the moment, it's still a knowledge. It's not Vijnana, it's not the experiential knowledge. It's just the bookish knowledge. It's just the believing, having faith in me that it's me. It's the one I am. And yet, I'm just saying it. At the same time, I'm just saying it. So, as you mentioned that somebody will come and then the revelation or something will take place.
Because one of the problem that I see is that we when we think of guru, we always think of just one way, that there is some person and becomes a guru. But जो आध्यात्मिक लोग होते हैं, you can make Gita your guru. Some people have that drishtant also. And for us, even though Chinmayanand ji is not in the body here, but all his teachings have become our guru. It just keeps you online. It keeps you online, And and once you start sincerely, Bhagwan will send you the different aspect that will be helpful for you. The books that might come to you, your some friends, all of that together is a Guru Tattva only. See what I'm saying? In a broad sense, you can see that. And in Buddha, he sat under a tree, but before that, उन्होंने काफी लोग, अगर वो बुद्धा सीरीज में दिखाया, ऐसा नहीं है कि उनके कोई गुरु था ही नहीं. They directed him. Different people. He learned different things. Then he sat down under a tree, and then he got in touch with his guru inside. So it can happen many different ways, and all of them can be called Guru Tattva, if you ask me.
But Guru, I can see nature, I can see the Guru in there. I can see an ant, I can see the Guru.
There you go. My 24 teachers, they call it in the Dattatreya. Remember? I don't know if you know, now time is up. But एक दत्तात्रेय करके एक हुए हैं, saint and sage in our history. उन्होंने 24 गुरु बना लिए अपने nature को. Just like you're saying. Yeah. My 24 gurus.
They teach us. If you look, they teach us. Everything teaches us.
True. True.
So in a way, it becomes a guru because it's teaching.
True. So we
So,
cannot take Guru just in a classical way
Guru is the
also.
only one who will get you to God.
Pardon?
Guru is the only one who will get you to God. So when you get to God, whoever got you through, that's the Guru.
But Joe, there could be several people who are helpful in your journey.
Yeah.
All teachers.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, the one Joe.
Well, that's a Satguru. That's a Satguru.
So, I think that everybody has a valid point if you ask me, you know.
Ultimately, you are going to find that what you said is the truth. That you are your own Guru. Because there's a thing in Bhagavatam that Krishna is worshipping somebody and they ask him, who do you worship? And he said, I'm worshipping self. So that's the
But
Guru.
remember, when he said the self, it meant the whole Brahman. It does not mean that Krishna Bhagwan, the body. So we have to be very careful.
Not putting
Yes.
a boundary on his body.
Huh?
His self is Brahman.
Yes, that's what I mean.
That's the idea. So once you go at that level, then your body doesn't count. Your boundary is gone.
True.
And that's when you get that. And in a way, you can separate you from your body. So you can have one your body with mind and everything, and then the separate entity. And if you can separate that entity can see you and your body.
Witness, you mean the
Yeah.
witness?
Yeah.
Witness or observer or the witness?
You
That's
become
what you're
the
saying.
Observer.
Yeah. Observer, yes. Yeah. The witness of
That
it.
is when the guidance will come.
Yeah.
Because I have this example of this Swami. He said, I'll go to his guru and ask him, can I do this? And he'll say, well, I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Then next day he'll say, okay, do this. He said, why didn't you tell me yesterday? He said, because I had to find out. So,
Yeah. So,
A lot of variety is there in this Guru
Yeah.
thing also. It's a vast subject. You can see that in Vedanta, nothing is so simple. Nothing is black and white. Everything has shades of gray, you know. That's why it's a subtle subject, they call it. A lot of contemplation is required. Anyway, I think it's past time. Everybody may be ready for their lunches. So, yeah. So everybody, we'll see you next time.
yes.
Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om.